Hey, happy Saturday! So, I'm gonna make a video on things that I wished I'd been taught about money in my 20s. So, I'm 29 now and I'm gonna be 30 soon. I'm really excited for that. I'm also getting married soon, so I just feel like an adult, like I'm about to start adulting in all kinds of ways. And it's sort of been a big journey from ever since I kind of went off on my own and moved to New York City for college and then got an internship and a job, and then I quit my job and became self-employed, started my own business. So it's just been a huge learning journey of making a lot of money mistakes. And my parents, they're really hardworking, wonderful people, but they just never taught me much about money. And actually, I think that's the case for most people. Also, I studied finance. I got a degree in finance in college. So I'm supposed to know a lot about money, but actually most people don't, even the ones who study finance, because it's just not a part of our educational system. So I think I'm going to list four things that I learned about money in my 20s, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. If there's any other things that you learned that you think everyone should know and should be taught in schools. The first thing is to be very careful with credit cards. I recently had the epiphany that I really don't even need a credit card. It's more like, I don't know, it's so like tempting with all the airline miles, the perks, the cashback rewards, all these kinds of gimmicks that credit card companies offer. It's because credit cards make you spend more. So yeah, you might think you get airline miles. Oh, so I'll just put all this on my credit card and I'll get cash back. So I'll just go out to expensive dinners and put it all on my credit card. But it actually ends up making you spend a lot more. There's statistics and studies done on this. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's something like you spend like 30% more, or some crazy amount, if you're paying with credit cards versus cash. So if I just think about all the money that I spent on credit cards that I could have just saved, oh my God, I would be so much richer. So what I do, well, now that I've kind of come to my senses, is anything that's like a monthly subscription that I know I need, like I don't know, like my health insurance. I can actually put that on my credit card. I need to pay that every month. Certain, technology subscriptions that I have, um, stuff that I really use. I put those on my credit card, and it's pretty much a fixed monthly cost, and I know what my credit card bill is every month. But things like dinners and travel, I really, really just try to pay for those in cash, because it's easy to get yourself into the cycle of just putting it all on your credit card and then paying whatever your bill is at the end of the month, if that, and you end up not having anything to put away for savings and putting towards your dreams. So, credit cards, be super careful with that. I think I'd literally be like tens of thousands of dollars richer if I just never used credit cards and always paid in cash. So that's one thing. Also, isn't it crazy that on college campuses, when students are graduating, the credit card companies like try to get you on board and to sign up for a credit card right away, which is insane. Like, a lot of these students don't even have jobs yet. So it's just crazy that credit card companies, they're really sharp. They're sharks. Okay, number 2 is, if there was a way to make a guaranteed 20-30% return on your money, wouldn't you do it? Wouldn't you be all over that? And actually, there is a way to do that, which is through your retirement accounts. Everyone has access to one. If you're currently at a company, you probably get a 401k, which is a retirement account that allows you to put a bunch of money in it, tax deductible, so you don't pay taxes on the money that you put into it. And if you didn't put money into it, you'd pay 30% taxes on that money. So putting money into it means you immediately made 30%. So that's like a no-brainer. But for me, like at my first job, my employer actually would match any contributions I made to my 401k, and up to a certain amount, they would contribute $3 for every dollar I put in. And because I was stupid and didn't know this, I did not take advantage of that for 2 years. And only in my last 2 years at this company, I came to my senses and I started maxing out my contributions. And I walked away with a good chunk of money in my 401k. So if you have a job, like you're a corporate person, then you probably have a 401k, and you should also have a Roth IRA outside of that, which is a retirement account that allows you to put money into it, and any gains and investment income that you get in the future is all tax-free. So a 401k and a Roth IRA is a good combination. If you're self-employed like I am now, then you can have a SEP IRA, which allows you to put up to 25% of your income in their tax deductible, and have a Roth IRA also on the side. So 401k, Roth IRA, or SEP IRA, Roth IRA, everybody should have a combination of the two. So that's one thing. The third thing is to then, like, once you have an investment account, whether it's an IRA or even just a regular cash brokerage account, you have to figure out what to put into it. And I really think, because it's your money, it has to be something that you really believe in. If you really, really love investing and you're into like analyzing companies and financial statements, then go for stocks. If you like real estate, then do that. Although real estate takes a little more capital and hands-on involvement to get involved with. So I like basically just pick something to invest in and learn everything you can about it, because it's worth it. I mean, it's your future, and money can work so much harder than you can. It can work even when you're sleeping and you're not doing anything. Like, money can earn money on interest on your money while you're sleeping. So bottom line is, every dollar that you put away can work much, much harder than you ever can. So it's really important to start putting money away and finding ways to put your money to work. The easiest way to do this that everyone can do right away is through passive investing. Now, this is where you just diversify across all asset classes and put a little piece of put your money into a little piece of all the companies available in an index. So for like the easiest, I think the most common index is the S&P 500, or the most commonly talked about index is the S&P 500. This is just a basket of 500 stocks, and you can access it through an index fund or an ETF. So if you buy a piece of that ETF or index fund, you immediately own a tiny slice of every company in the S&P 500. So this is a good way to just participate in the upward trajectory of American capitalism without knowing too much about investing and just each company in general. You don't even need to know what's in the S&P 500. You just need to know that your money is in the S&P 500. And you can also further diversify by putting money into bonds, gold, commodities. There's a lot of ways to kind of diversify your risk so that you're not subject to the wild roller coaster ride of stocks. There's other things that can sort of smooth that ride. Ray Dalio wrote a lot about this in his All Seasons portfolio. It's a really good asset allocation that apparently never had any major losses. I think the biggest loss was like 4% in the 2008 crisis. It was it's a smooth ride to the top. So there's different ways you can diversify and invest as a passive investor, which doesn't require much knowledge at all, and you can get started right away. You can also use robo-advisor apps like Ellevest, Acorns, Stash, Betterment. I've experimented a little bit with all of them because I'm a nerd and I love this stuff, and they're all good. I mean, it's better than doing nothing, and it's a way to have your money work for you. And so you can invest that way. A little more time intensive, involved, potentially more profitable way to invest your money is as an active investor. And this is where you choose an asset class and you learn everything you can about it, and you try to find the best investments in that asset class. So like if you like stocks, then you'd be like Warren Buffett, and he spends all his time reading newspapers, reading research, looking for good companies. And I think he has maybe no more than 20 stocks in his portfolio at any given time, because he's so sure of each one. He's done so much research, and he's so confident. So yeah, this approach is more like where you're concentrating in a few things rather than diversifying across like 500 different stocks. And if you like real estate, then do that. Learn everything you can about real estate. Start building up the capital to start to make your first investment, and yeah, and just get really good at it. But I think the bottom line is put money away, open an account to put that money into, and just pick a strategy, whether it's investing as a passive investor and indexing, or becoming the best investor in stocks or in real estate or whatever asset class you choose. Cryptocurrency, I don't really like that as an investment because it's super speculative, but if that's your route, then choose that. But just pick something and understand that every dollar that you put to work just like, you need to do it. Otherwise, we'll be trading time for money for the rest of our lives. And I think as millennials, I'm a millennial, and I often think like I want to do a lot of good in the world, and that my focus is not money, it's more like making an impact. But no matter how I think about it, it always comes back to money. You need money to make an impact. The more money you have, the more of an impact you can make. And a lot of the problems and imbalances in today's world, the injustices, is because conscious people aren't the ones circulating the money. It's like we need more conscious people circulating money. And I really feel like millennials, we have such good values. We really value community and making an impact. I think there's a lot of, I feel like we're the most socially and environmentally conscious generation so far. So there's just a huge potential to change the world. So let's not be afraid of having money, of having more money and wanting more of it. Like, let's just get over those stories and admit that money makes the world go round, and the more we have of it, the more things we can create that we want to see in the world. And so that's my little spiel on money. I think I'm going to do these videos every week or whenever inspiration hits me. So let me know what you thought, and if you want me to talk about anything else, and have a beautiful weekend. Bye.